Hi guys, it's me Evie. What I have for you guys today is gonna be stewed pigeon peas with plantain dumplings and ham. In Spanish, that would be gandule guisado con bollita y jamón. So stay tuned for the ingredients. Okay, so what I have here is 1 cucharon of sofrito. I have that video on my channel. 4 tablespoons of sofrito. This is 2 tablespoons of aceite de achiote, which means annatto seed oil. I also have that in my channel. 1/4 cup of ham, 2 cans of green pigeon peas, 2 plantains. I have a can of tomato sauce. I have a packet of sazon, a packet of the ham, salt and pepper to taste, and adobo. And what you're gonna need is a melon baller. If you don't have one of these, you can use a tablespoon. That's when we make the bollitas and put them into the pigeon peas, and a grater for your plantains. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna peel these and grate them. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is cut off these ends right here. Cut that off, and then I'm gonna make a slit straight down the middle. Don't go too deep. You only want to cut the peel. I have my hot water running because I like to put these in hot water for 10 minutes so that the peel can get softer and it'll be an easy peel. So there, cut off both sides. We're gonna put it in here. I'm gonna fill this up with hot water, and in 5 minutes, I'm gonna let it sit here for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna turn the plátanos over and let them sit for another 5 minutes. Okay, so 10 minutes passed. I'm gonna grab my plátano. I have a I have a butter knife. Couldn't remember what it was. For those of you who know me, you already know I'm a scatterbrain. And I just grab it from the very tip and just start peeling that skin away. Wow. I left them for 10 minutes. Obviously, they could have used another 5 because the peel gets like really soft. But here it is, a beautiful plantain. The bag is for easy cleanup, guys. If you have gloves, wear them because this will stain your hands, your fingers. Your nails will look black under there like you've been digging for watermelon. There goes your other plantain. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna grate it. Okay, I'm gonna grab my grater. It has 4 sides. You wanna do the smallest side, okay? Grab your plantain and just start grinding. Okay, so for those of you who have a food processor or like one of these small ninjas, let's make life easy for ourselves. So the other plantain that I have, we're just gonna cut it into small pieces just to help out my ninja. Cut it into small little rings, and we're gonna pop it in here, and we're gonna let this do the work for us. And that little piece that I couldn't get, going in there too. So I'm gonna put on our little cap thingy lid and plug it in. I will definitely mute this and put it on fast forward. And this is what you want it to look like, a paste. So what we're gonna do now is empty our contents in with this other masa. And this is gonna be it for our bollita section. Well, no, we still gotta add the sazon. We still gotta add the adobo to this. You can add salt if you want, but salt to me doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's just salt. So this is where the adobo comes in, because adobo has onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of cumin. It has black pepper. You know, it has different spices, so it will give this some flavor. So this is the one I use, the one with the green cap. You could use any adobo of your choice. It doesn't have to be this one. I just like this one. Has a little bit of cumin and black pepper. So you're gonna sprinkle enough, but not too much. You don't need them to be salty. I don't know if you guys would find that disgusting or not, but I like to taste my masa because I want it to be on point. Like I said, you could just add salt and pepper if you want, or just add all the spices on the side, you know, separately. Okay. That's perfect. Doesn't need any more. So now we're going to get to the other stuff, and this is going to be resting. Okay, we're in front of my stove. We're putting our stove on high for now. And what I have here is my aceite de achote. It's 2 tablespoons. I'm going to put it in here. Here comes my ham. I didn't let the oil get really hot because it's going to start splattering everywhere, and I'm not trying to have that right now. But you can still hear the sizzling. The ham gives this a really good flavor. Another thing that you guys can do, you can add, instead of adding ham, you can add little pork ribs. The ones that come like 2 inches long, you can add that instead of the ham. And do it the same way. Stir fry it first. Or saute them first. We're just going to let this cook off for about 2-3 minutes. And then we'll be ready to add our sofrito. What I want to say is, if you don't have the annatto seed oil, the red oil, which is just for coloring, if you don't have that, that's fine. Just use 2 tablespoons of your oil. Olive oil, canola, vegetable, corn, whichever one you have, it's fine. So that's already going. So now we're going to add, I have 4 tablespoons of sofrito, or 1 big one of these. So now we're going to cook this off for another 3 to 5 minutes. I just like to have my sofrito cooked off. I feel like it gives off more flavor this way. A lot of people like to throw it in raw. However you like to do it. As I was saying, if you don't have the annatto seed oil, that's fine, because we're going to add a packet of sazon. And this has cilantro and achiote anyways, the coloring, but I just like to do it like this. We're just going to let this cook off for 2-3 minutes. You'll know when your sofrito's cooked off because it changes like the texture of it. So we're just gonna wait for that to happen. Remember, we don't want it burnt. It's not gonna taste good, but it'll seem like drier. So once that happens, I'm gonna add my can of tomato sauce. I'm adding the whole can because I'm making 2 cans. But if you guys want, you can cut this by half and do the 1 can. Just cut the whole thing in half. I'm doing 2 cans because I can't remember who it was, but some of my subbies have wanted this recipe. And not only them, I have family members who've been waiting for it also. Especially now that my baby girl's having a baby. She definitely wants some of this, so you know me, I'm here to please. Okay, you see, now you have the frying action of the sofrito. The water already evaporated. Already started to fry. So now I'm going to add the whole can. Remember, if you're doing 1 can, do half. Let's just cook up very little. 1 or 2 minutes. Oh my god, this already smells amazing. You can even smell it when the ham was first been going. So this is the perfect time to add your packet of sazon. And to keep the flavors going with ham, I'm going to add a packet of ham. If you don't have the packet of ham, don't worry about it. The ham by itself gives it good flavor, so you don't need it. I just like the extra. And if you don't have the sazon with the color, add a teaspoon of paprika. Same difference. It's just going to give it color. See, now we have all this going, sizzling, ready to go. This is where I add my gandules. This is gonna be so good. I'm making a big pot, like I said. Family, family, family. So while this is going, we're gonna let this cook for at least 10 to 15 minutes while I get water to add to this. I'm gonna add water. I filled up both cans with water to see how much I'm gonna need. You gotta remember, we're having bollitas in here, the plantain dumplings, so that's gonna take up space and water. And I am gonna add both cans. So we're gonna let this cook here for 10 to 15 minutes before we start adding the bollitas, which is gonna take more time to cook. So this is the right time. I was almost forgetting that, guys. It is a perfect time to add your salt and pepper. And of course, this is to taste. A lot of people like a lot of pepper. I like medium pepper for me. A lot of people don't like it. You don't have to add it. And what I have here is a tablespoon of the pink salt. I'm gonna add half of that, and then I'm gonna taste it. You gotta remember the ham has salt, and so does the bollita masa that we just made. Once this starts boiling, then we're gonna come and put our bollitas in here. I'm gonna grab a spoon so that I can taste it for salt. It is perfect. So just add like a teaspoon of salt. That's all you're gonna need. Let me tell you that the ham flavor is coming through really nicely. Tastes so good. So I added a teaspoon. If you like less salt, add less, or add more if you like saltier stuff. But remember, stop at the teaspoon and then taste it first before you add any more. That our gandules started boiling, what I like to do is I like to take my mullen baller and I like to make uniform size bollitas. So this is how I do it. I just drop it in there. Do not do that hard, and do not mix this. This has to cook. If not, they will break on you. So that's how I like to do it. Like I said, if you don't have that, what you do is you take your spoon, form it a little bit, and just drop it in here. Just drop it. Bang it on your pot like I just did. Just drop them just like that. You can make them as big or as little as you like. Depends on many people you have. I'm only making it for my daughter and my sister, Lisi, because I'm on a diet and I can't have these because these plantains are so full of carb. Is ridiculous. I think it's 60 per plantain, and I'm allowed 20 carbs per day, so that would be 3 days of meals for me. So yeah, just grab it, try to form it a little bit with your spoon. Just like that, and just drop. That's all you gotta do. They don't have to be perfect. They just gotta be delicious. So yeah, something like this. Like I said, I like to use my melon baller. And just make them perfect and put them in there. Perfect little balls. And that's all that's to it. And we're just gonna let this cook for maybe 10-15 minutes while the plantains cook, and that should be it. You can give this a mix, just be very careful. I don't know if you guys can see the ham, the gandules. I'm gonna show you plantains. There goes one of the plantains. Bollitas, see? These are the bollitas. They have already formed, but they're still delicate, so be careful when you're mixing this. I'm trying to keep this on a high so it could absorb some of the liquid and start to thicken up. So you can see some of the liquid has already been absorbed. It's thickening up very little. So I'm just gonna bring it down to a medium. I don't need all the liquid to absorb or to evaporate until the bollitas are fully cooked. They don't really take long, but I don't want to risk it. Another thing, if you want to make the dumplings from green bananas, you can. It doesn't have to be just the green plantain. Your choice, your preference. You can do either or just do a mix of both. That'd be really good too. So I just put this on a medium. It's got a slow or even a medium low, so it could just cook off really slowly. And we'll be back at the plating. So guys, here it is. Oh, I'm all over the place. So here it is. Nice and thick, thicker than before. Here you have your ham. And these are the bollitas, the plantain dumplings. This is so good, so delicious. You eat this with a side of white rice and pork chops. And we're gonna have ours, well, they're gonna have theirs with barbecue ribs. That'll be my next video coming soon. So yeah, this is what it's like. Gandules guisado con jamón y bollita, or stewed pigeon peas with ham and plantain dumplings. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And remember, barbecue ribs are coming up next. So take care. God bless. See you in the next one.